There are a number of ministries at First Moncton which are easy to identify and see because of who they are and what they do through their daily, weekly, or monthly work and service. There are, however, other church ministries and people serving within them who operate maybe a bit quieter or a bit more behind the scenes.
The incredible work these ministries have done during the pandemic have sometimes very literally maintained the foundation of who we are as a church.
These ministries have played an important role in enabling all other ministries in our overall church community as a whole to continue through these past couple of years.
I want to thank the Council for their strong leadership during the pandemic. Our bylaws state that the Council will meet at least twice per quarter. During the first several months of the pandemic, I can attest that the Council is meeting twice per month with multiple meetings in between. Without exception, every Council member took seriously their responsibility to steer the First Baptist ship through the pandemic waters, and their faithfulness has carried us through. Thank you so much for all your hard work. When the pandemic hit, a lot of the monthly responsibilities of the Deacons Board, such as serving communion, was no longer needed. But this does not mean that the deacons took a break. They recognized the importance of pastoral care during the pandemic, and they worked really hard connecting with their flocks and supporting them, encouraging them, sending notes to them, making phone calls, doing whatever they could to keep in touch with the people who are under their care. I am so grateful and encouraged by the support the deacons gave through this difficult 2 years of the pandemic and the work that they did in connecting us with each other. Thank you so much to the deacons for their care and especially their pastoral care.
Over the past couple of years, we know that a lot of people have not been able to physically enter the doors of the church. But if you have, you might have seen, well, a few different physical changes to the building itself.
People not being all over the building on a regular basis hasn't stopped the building from needing regular upkeep and refreshing. New floors, paint, repairs on the inside, repairs on the outside, not to mention some emergencies like when the water that was supposed to stay outside the building finds its way inside the building.
You probably noticed that when the pandemic hit, the repairs and maintenance on your homes did not stop just because there was a pandemic going on. And the same is true of the First Baptist building, our facility. The repairs, the maintenance, the cleaning, all of these things continued both inside and outside the building. And I'm so grateful to our custodians and to our facilities team who worked faithfully over the course of the pandemic to make sure that the building was in the best condition possible for the ministries that we were able to continue to do through the course of the pandemic. Thank you so much to the custodians and to the facilities team.
First Moncton and its ministries are only able to continue because of everyone who gives their time, energy, gifts, and financial resources. We know the pandemic has been hard in so many ways, and finances has been one of those ways for many people.
We are truly thankful for the giving heart of our First Moncton community. We are also incredibly thankful to the team of people who tirelessly work behind the scenes to keep the community and its ministries fiscally afloat and possible.
Do you remember back to the early days of the pandemic? Everybody was wondering what the pandemic was going to mean, well, to our personal finances, and as a congregation, we were wondering what the pandemic would mean to our congregational finances. When the pandemic hit, our finance team clicked into first gear almost from the get-go and worked very hard. They discovered what governmental benefits were available to us. They gave very regular updates to the congregation as to how we were doing. They strategized how we might cut back on expenses. And through the course of the pandemic, they managed our finances with great skill and have enabled us to come through the pandemic as healthy as we are financially as a congregation. I am so grateful to the finance team for their work and for steering us through these pandemic waters and enabling us to come out on the other side.
Is there ever really a behind the scenes when it comes to ministry? Well, probably not, because in God's eyes, we are all part of the body of Christ and therefore part of His ministry in and to this world.